A voice that's stuck in high pitch is the fastest way to rob yourself of credibility. I work with a lot of public speakers, and one of the biggest and most common struggles is having the ability to pause. Notice what I did with my hands right there. I'm signaling a low note. And that's how you're able to pause, so as a speaker you can catch your breath, and listeners can digest what you just said. But if your voice doesn't allow you to go in a low pitch, it's going to be very difficult to pause. If your voice is stuck in high pitch, subsequently you end every sentence on a high pitch, it's very awkward to pause. You see what happened there? I left you hanging. I need to bring you back to land, so you can rest and I can rest as a speaker, and then we can continue and open up another idea. Now, easier said than done, of course. If you want to have the ability to go in a low pitch, you must look closer into your voice, into your body. I personally struggled with a speech impediment the majority of my life. I was stuck in monotone. It was not so deep, it was not so natural, and it was not so high either. It was just monotone. It was very boring. It was very choppy. I would lose people. People would talk over me, so on and so forth. And the way I was able to release the tension from my voice so I can activate my high pitches and my low pitches is by doing very powerful healing exercises, psychological healing. Believe it or not, most people think it's just a matter of doing vocal exercises so you can restore your voice or activate your voice for half an hour or an hour so you can power through a meeting or a job interview or a public speech. It goes way deeper than that. Your voice is more than just vocal cords vibrating mechanically and producing noise. Your voice is deeply tied to your mental state, your emotional state, even your spiritual state. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and your voice expresses the vibration of your soul. If you have sadness in you, your voice will express that. If you have joy, your voice will express that. If you have shame, your voice will try to hide. As human beings, we've all experienced all these emotions. And what makes the difference is how you process them. By default, we didn't learn in school how to process these emotions. So we suppress them, and then they impact our body and our voice in a very negative way. I was working with a client who was heavily bullied as a kid. And he would try to get out of bad situations, out of dangerous situations, by talking a lot. So now he's an adult and he's having a difficult time speaking in a grounded way. It's almost like every time he speaks, he's trying to get out of trouble. So we had to teach his nervous system how to bring safety into the body. One simple idea that helps is to understand that our memories are editable. They are not fixed. You can double click into a memory in your brain and revisit that younger version of yourself and bring him help. Bring him mental resources. Help him and help her breathe into the body. Help them relax their shoulders, feel their feet, feel their heartbeat, feel the love. And let them know that this moment has passed. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that they're important to you. So you're restoring what has been stolen. Let me explain what I mean by that. As human beings, we have psychological needs. Put here the Maslow hierarchy of needs, starting from the most basic, safety and security, all the way up to self-actualization. In the middle, you find love, belonging, self-esteem, whatever it is, so many. Like this pyramid shows only a few. Acceptance, feeling approved, feeling validated. If those psychological needs are not met, the body tells us. The voice tells us. We develop tension in the voice. And if these needs are not met, the tension doesn't go away after the event is over. Tension accumulates in the voice until adulthood. And oftentimes, or many times, the tension goes away, but it remains dormant. And then it shows up in somebody's 30s, or it shows up in their 40s or 50s all of a sudden. Because everything that's hidden must come to light. It's just how it is. I didn't make the rules. So, there are beautiful and powerful ways in which you can revisit those younger parts of you and help them heal. All of a sudden, their voices come to life and your voice comes to life. This is what has helped me and helped me change from this type of voice.
The most dangerous lies aren't the ones we tell others, they're the ones we tell ourselves.
To now, what you hear now, and this type of more confident, more relaxed voice.
This is what your body's like when you are in a safe environment, where you're around people that make you feel safe.
It is possible, friends. Before I embarked on this journey, I thought the voice was the voice. It cannot be changed. I actually spent 6 years doing vocal exercises every single morning, trying to improve the way I speak, and I thought I just needed to strengthen my voice, but I didn't know that my voice can change with this level of significance. This is huge significance. And it's not only the way it sounds in the video. My whole life has changed. I have a newfound sense of confidence and internal peace. Inner peace, not internal peace. And all my relationships improved. I can just express myself. I have less social anxiety. If my phone rings, I'm not freaking out. If I have to speak to the maintenance people, it's normal. These things I used to overthink a lot in the past. Those things I used to dread. I dreaded small talk. It was nerve-wracking to me. I would avoid coworkers in the hallway, at work, at all costs. I just don't want to have any small talk, because oftentimes when people do small talk, they are stuck in high pitch. They are stuck in trauma response. And what happens is, as a person, you're trying to build rapport with the other person, you get ungrounded as well. But now, as I release tension from my voice and I feel safer in my body, even if somebody is ungrounded, I can still feel grounded, and I can still go in high pitch and still feel grounded, because I opened up my range. So that is one type of struggle with the high pitch, that you get stuck in this oversharing. You cannot pause. And if you're on stage and you say, "Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today. We're going to talk about XYZ." You see how I'm ending every sentence on a high note and I cannot pause? This is very common with public speakers. Public speakers who have been speaking for years and even decades. And if they receive the feedback, "Hey, you need to pause," it still doesn't work, because the tension in their voice has not been released. Their inner child has not been made whole yet. They have not revisited the memories to create deep integration. You see, it's one thing to receive surface level mental tips, and it's one thing to actually go deep within and connect with your body. You see, this brain is designed to protect you, and it focuses on external solutions. But the truth is, when you're feeling anxiety in your heart, or you're feeling tension in your voice, you need to actually feel those feelings. And your brain is going to try to convince you that this is dangerous and you shouldn't be feeling them. And you should just look for external solutions. I've seen it happen over and over. And the end result is nothing is sustainable. And it leads oftentimes to burnout, because now you're spinning your wheels not efficiently. So with that being said, what are some cool ways to release tension from your voice? Just like I described with the healing psychologically, you can revisit a memory. And I'm going to share with you a video at the end of me guiding you through a healing exercise. There's a very popular technique called the RAIN method. R-A-I-N. R for recognize. Recognize where you feel the sensation in your body. If you feel tension in your voice, recognize that. A is for allow and accept. Just breathe and welcome the tension. Allow it to get more tensiony, allow it to release. There's no judgment here. A is for accept, and I is for investigate and interview. I'm putting my own variation on this, the RAIN method, okay? It's investigate, but I call it investigate and interview. Now you speak to that tension and notice, what color is it? What texture is it? Become curious like a child. And you begin to talk to it. What is it trying to tell you? How is it trying to help you? If you watch my IFS podcast episode with IFS expert Victoria Tran, she guides me through an IFS session, and we're investigating. We're talking to the tension. I think it was in the back of my head, and the tension would respond. And all of a sudden, the tension releases, and I can speak more easily. And then lastly is nurture and negotiate. You nurture and negotiate towards your values, your own standards. your own philosophy of life and how you want to live. But you cannot just nurture and negotiate. Most people skip those steps and go to nurture and negotiate. You have to recognize, allow, interview, and investigate. Just become curious and sit with your body. Do not abandon your body too quickly and go into intellect. This is the digital world. This is not real. The brain and the thoughts, it's all in the ether. But the body is real. It's in the 3D. So that is one way. The other way is you begin to notice the vibration that you're feeling in your body from your voice. When I meet people for the first time and I ask them that question, where do you feel the vibration in your body from your voice? Most people or many people cannot answer. Like, what? First, I was never asked that before, and I don't know. I don't feel any vibration. Well, that's because you have a whole lot of tension. And as you begin to release that tension, you begin to feel the vibration. Oh, I'm feeling it in the middle of my throat. Oh, I feel it up here, upper side of my throat. Oh, I feel it in my chest. Optimally, you want to feel it in your belly, in your hips, in your chest, in your throat, everywhere. That's how we were when we were babies. You see a baby when the baby is born? First thing they do is they cry and scream, fill the whole room with their voice. And their body doesn't have holding patterns. Their body is still loose and open. So they can be loud and uninhibited. But as we grow older in life, we develop tension in the shoulders. People have chronic tension in the shoulders, tension in the jaw. You have TMJ and you're grinding your teeth as you're sleeping. All this tension is neurotic holding patterns from unprocessed emotions. And you can process these emotions psychologically, and you can process them also by releasing the muscles. And when you release the muscles, you will feel the emotion, like they go hand in hand. So with that, one simple vocal exercise you can do is hum. And go in low pitch. Let's do one more. And actually, let's measure. So I'm going to say, hello, I'm Haas. And I invite you to say your name. And I'm going to tell you where I feel the vibration. Hello, I'm Haas. Primarily, I'm feeling it here, upper part of my chest. It's resonating different parts of my body, but this is the highlight. I'm feeling it here right now. And I'm going to give it a score from 7. I'll give it 7 out of 10. And I invite you to give yourself a score as well. 10 out of 10 being the best. And now I'm going to hum 3 times, and I'll go in low pitch. Deep breath, one more. And notice, so I'm saying I'm Haas, and I'm trying to end on a low pitch, not I'm Haas, and leave you hanging as a listener. It feels very awkward, and after it happens repeatedly, it becomes very annoying sometimes. So if it's important to you in your career that you make people want to listen to you, you captivate people with your ideas and the way you're talking about your ideas, it's really important to have a delightful sound on the ears. So now I'm going to hum a 3rd time. Prolong it as long as comfortable. Now I'm going to say, hey, I'm Haas. Hey, I'm Haas. I'm going to give it 7.5 or 8 out of 10. So that was really quick improvement by humming 3 times on a lower, comfortable pitch. Now let's take it a level deeper. One of my favorite exercises is the vocal fry, and it's this sound. You want to hear these distinct vibrations. If you can make the sound, good for you. If you cannot, keep trying. Be patient with yourself. If you cannot make the sound, it is likely because you have a ton of tension in your voice. And the way to release that tension is not by avoiding the exercise, is by leaning into it. Give yourself grace, give yourself compassion and kindness. Okay, the reason why your voice was suppressed in the first place, because it was met with the opposite of compassion and kindness. It was met with criticism, negative feedback, rejection, abandonment. All these psychological needs that were not met created tension in your voice in the first place. So now I'm not telling you, hey, force yourself to speak in a low tone. No, I'm inviting you and I'm encouraging you to heal your voice holistically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and physically, and spiritually. Because speaking is your birthright. It should feel natural. It should feel as natural as breathing. And that's how you connect with people from your heart with ease. Express your love, express your boundaries, express who you are, express the things that you want, be humorous if you want to, so on and so forth. So now let's do the vocal fry a couple more times. Notice where you feel the vibration in your body. I'm gonna take a sip of water here because I'm getting a little dry. Now let's do a third time. Allow the back of your throat to open up. The back of the throat is really close to the brain stem, to the lizard brain. You notice that? So in the brain stem, it's the survival, it activates the survival mechanism in your body. When it tightens up, one of the first places that tighten up is the back of your throat. So yawning is also a very powerful exercise. You can feel the back of your throat opening up. And then when you're doing the vocal fry, allow the vibration to resonate in the back of your throat. And now I'm going to say, hey, I'm Haas. I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10. If not even a 9.9. Like I'm feeling really good right now. A 9.9 out of 10. So that is improvement. And as you're listening to my voice, you may notice, hey, it's not 9 out of 9, or like it's worse than before. It's just as it was before. The subjective experience of the speaker is actually more important than the subjective experience of the audience. Obviously, we want people to feel good listening to us, but you have to feel good first. I cannot give you something I don't have. If I don't feel comfortable in my body and in my voice, there's no way I'm going to help you feel comfortable listening to my voice. But if I feel comfortable listening, using my voice and speaking my voice, it increases the likelihood of you receiving me in a similar manner. So, being stuck in a high pitch loses your credibility very quickly. You want to have a variation in your speech, high pitch and low pitch. Good morning. But you cannot stay stuck in a high pitch. Good morning. So awkward. You want to say good morning, or just very calmly, good morning. Even when I say it very calmly, there's a slight inflection in the beginning and then it goes down. Good morning. So with that, you become a much more powerful speaker. You can pause and catch your breath. And you can continue again, and then you can speak fast, and then you can go in high pitch if you want to. And then after you express 2-3 sentences in high pitch and you want to pause, then you can bring your audience back to low pitch and you can pause so beautifully. If you found tremendous value in this video, please share in the comments any questions that you have, and I would love to respond to you in the comments or even make videos responding to you and unpacking things further. If you found great value in this video, you're gonna love this next one over here, where I share with you my story in detail, how I overcame my speech impediment. Much love.
What's up, guys? Haas here. Wanted to pop in and talk about my journey with muscle tension dysphonia and share with you some stretches and exercises that can really give you a lot of relief